So we're getting on the day one of the 14 days realtor sales implementation class. All right, like I had earlier shared with you in the mastermind group where you belong. This is the very first video on this particular segment. You know, as a realtor, one of the key things that you are looking out for is actually an effective way to reach out to people whom you know would likely be interested in what you sell. And one of the ways that we do that is actually through the digital media. And so for this first video, I want to talk to you as a realtor on why your Facebook and Instagram ads won't work for you. All right, so you may wonder, why wouldn't it work? And what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? I've had several people message me, send me inbox messages on Facebook. I've had calls. I've had people who saw my ad. I've equally had people who attended training in Marketing Lab Academy who complained that one of the challenges they have is actually being able to run an effective ad. And I tell you, day in, day out, I feel people keep getting these particular challenges. Reason is that, you see, tomorrow someone will put up a training asking you to come for a training on how to target Nigerians in diaspora. It's okay. But the truth is that they won't tell you that not every Nigerian in diaspora should be targeted. At the same time, they will not also tell you the myth of trying to use Facebook and Instagram to sell properties. They won't also give you what I refer to as beyond media buying. All right, what to do after you have even gotten this lead. It's beyond trying to close. All right, what to do before, during, and after advertisements. All right, so basically for tonight, I'm going to run you through how to run an effective Facebook ad. And then first, I'll take you through why your Facebook and Instagram ads won't work for you. I guess you are ready. But if this is your first time on my channel, I want you to do me one favor. Click on the subscribe button and then turn on the notification bell. Remember, this is going to run for 14 good days. I'm going to be bringing you this kind of video for 14 good days, after which we are going to have a physical training in Lagos at Lekki Phase 1 Admiralty Way, where we are going to practically implement this with you. All right, so the physical training in Lagos is simple. We are having it with people who are serious about their real estate business. All right, what we want to do is to help you implement all the sales strategies, processes, and structure that we have outlined. See, there is a difference between sales motivation and sales implementation. Every of the trainings you've attended, they will keep telling you, go and do this, go and do that. They are all sales motivation. So what we are focused on is actually sales implementation, and that is what we are going to be doing on the 15th of September at Admiralty Way, the bunker, Lekki Phase 1. All right, that's the venue we are using. And if you are yet to register for that training, you're already missing, because the early bird discount is out. All right, so presently you do not have access to the early bird discount. But here we go. Firstly, who am I? My name is Timothyanietie. All right, by virtue of you being here, I assume you probably have come in contact with me already. But if you're just getting to this channel for the first time, that's who I am. I am the founder of Marketing Lab HQ, a technology and marketing agency where we are actually using to help businesses grow their revenue. We are using Marketing Lab HQ to help businesses structure their sales, marketing, and technology solutions. All right. Basically, I have over a decade of industry experience. And then if you look up on Google and ask, who is Timothyanietie, you probably will find more things there. But for virtue of this time, Timothyanietie is a marketing, sales, and technology strategist. Yes, that's who I am, technology and marketing strategist. All right, so let's go. This is not about me. It's actually more about you. And here we are. First of all, let's unbundle the myth. All right, what's the myth? You see, like I told you earlier, in one of my books, Beyond Media Buying, I highlighted several myths that businesses like yours are actually making, focused on. All right. You've been sold to probably, in the industry that you are as a real estate professional, several people have told you, if you do this, you will get result, and you tried it and you didn't get any result, and you are like, I'm disappointed. All right. So they are myths that you probably would have experienced in your approach to digitally advertising real estate. One of the things you must primarily understand is that real estate is not like you selling clothes, it's not like you selling shoes, or like you selling wristwatches. As such, you cannot advertise it like you advertise the conventional businesses. It is regarded as a special industry for a reason. So you need to get yourself off the myth that you've been sold to before now, and get up to fully understand what and how real estate digital advertising works. All right, it's beyond you knowing how to click on Facebook ad manager and then create ad. It's beyond you doing post boosts on Instagram. All right, it's even beyond you being knowing how to do detailed targeting. There is a deeper part of digital advertising for real estate. All right, whether you are targeting Nigerians in Nigeria, of course, not people who have interest, people who can afford it, because interest means nothing without buying capacity. Or you are targeting Nigerians in diaspora, you don't wish to target people who had just migrated to a country like UK, who are still trying to pay their student loan. All right, or who are still not, may not be student loan, we are still trying to balance up their students, their school fees, because most of them just paid part payment and migrated, and you're advertising to such people. No. It's good if you want to nurture a list of those whom you think can buy in another 2 3 years. But if you are looking out for people who can buy your property within the next 1 month, within the next 2 weeks, definitely you should pay attention to the steps I will highlight here. And most importantly, if you are one of those who are yet to actually sell at least 3 to 4 properties monthly, pay close attention to this. Pay close attention to what I'm sharing with you here tonight. All right, pay close attention to what I'm sharing with you tonight. So, step. All right, so you can see it's a myth. You see, there are so many training that are flying around. You may be having your account not giving you the right result after creating your campaigns. What are the platforms? What are the things you need to do? What are the things you need to do to be able to get the right result? Or what are the things that are likely going to be the reason your Facebook and Instagram ads are not delivering? The first thing is targeting. All right, so look at it. Targeting is one of the primary things that you will actually be told to do when you are doing Facebook marketing. All right, the most important thing is, who are you selling your property to? So it's been a big deal. So whenever I have real estate professionals in my training, one of the things I ask them is, who really are you selling to? You can't sell to everyone. And then once you have not been able to fully identify who you are selling to, you will definitely not be able to target them rightly. First of all, I have always told you there are 5 categories of people who buy real estate in Nigeria. You need to understand the categories who are still surviving after the economic challenges presently. Now, out of the 5 challenges, are they still existing? Of course, tomorrow's training will highlight the 5 category of people who buy real estate in Nigeria. I will highlight that in tomorrow's training, where I'm going to drop. That's why you need to subscribe to this particular channel. All right, so now you may say, okay, should I define my targeting? Should I leave it broad? Now, it doesn't really matter how you define your targeting. It can be a broad targeting, it can be narrow down to a particular audience. But the most important thing is, do you really know where they are? Do you know what interests them before you start narrowing it down? Do you know what what demography they are? Do you know what interests them? Do you know their behavior? Do you know who are likely going to be potential buyers? All right. So basically, it's not enough for you to just assume that you want to narrow down or you want to leave it broaden. And then secondly, you cannot also send the same message to the 5 categories of people who buy properties. It's not possible. All right. So once you do this, you are likely going to be contradicting what you were supposed to pass, the message you were supposed to pass. All right. You'll be contradicting it totally. All right. For instance, you cannot tell the Generation Z, the Gen Z, the same thing you're going to be telling the wealth preservers. You can also tell the wealth preservers the same thing you're going to be telling the Nigerians in diaspora. So you have to be able to firstly define who really you are selling to, all right, before you get on your Facebook Messenger, your Facebook ad manager to turn on your campaigns, all right? And this also has to do with you fully understanding your audience. All right, ad quality. People just assume that once they get there and then they go to a site and do that normal video, this is it, hello investor kind of video. They assume that that video will actually make a unique impact, but no, people are not interested in you snapping or videoing the environment and telling them this is it, the land is dry, good. Now that was one of the attributes of that property, but then people do not buy features, they buy benefits. All right, first of all, your ad quality has a lot to do with your visuals, your content. All right, now the visuals can be image and it can be video. Now how you structure your visual will depend on how appealing it becomes to your audience. Firstly, I have always advised that you go by demonstration rather than explanation. All right, use demonstrative pattern rather than going with explanative pattern in your sales communication. All right, so the next one is relevance. Your ad should match the expectations. The truth of the whole thing is that most people just feel that trying to send ads to a particular audience is all they need, without first of all finding out what do they expect from you. For instance, if you are likely trying to sell to Nigerians in diaspora, one of the most important things they look out for is actually digital trust. All right, now these people at some point have been beaten. Like most of them have lost trust in family and even some organization. You know that some of the real estate companies have disappointed lots of their clients and the information had gone wide on social media, and there's a trust issue. Most importantly, when it comes to Lagos real estate, if you are selling properties in Lagos, you should probably pay attention to this. You see, first of all, people will easily get to trust you when you tell them what they had expected without asking you. For instance, if you let them understand that you have been able to handle effectively the homogeneous problem when they buy property. Secondly, you have been able to protect them away from government acquisition. You've also been able to protect them against poor and wrong property locations. You've also been able to protect them against wrong documents. Now, this is it. In this case, you are not just going to go by just direct sales approach. You are going to apply the route of educational based strategy. All right, so you are going to use educational based strategy to penetrate this. So relevance is a key thing. All right, let them get you based on their expectation. Don't lower that. All right, so the next one is landing page, and landing page experience is what most real estate professionals that I have been exposed to argued at first until they start implementing it. You see, for people who are using messenger lead platform, all right, messenger lead acquisition platform, 90% of the time you will be exposed to mistaken leads. All right, you'll be exposed to mistaken leads. I had explained this in one of my trainings. The truth of the whole thing is that for every lead you acquire, they must be pre-qualified. You don't need people with interest. You need people with buying capacity, but you cannot get people with buying capacity when you are not able to pre-qualify them. How do you pre-qualify them? You need a complete real estate sales funnel, which is equally prepared in a landing page form. All right. So bringing them into your landing page simply means that you have what we call attraction gifts. All right. In marketing, it's actually regarded as reciprocity. All right. You give before you request. All right. For instance, if you are a Nigerian in diaspora, I have been able to identify one key industry that 90% of top investors globally are keying into presently. And as a Nigerian in diaspora with the present exchange rate in Nigeria, 90% of those in diaspora are highly sending funds to this particular industry. I have packaged a 2-page ebook that will expose you into this industry without you having to risk your money in investing with anyone. All you need to do is put your name, email, and phone number here, and you will automatically download the 3-page ebook that will expose you to where top global investors are looking out to in the industry at the moment. And you know, according to Statista, or according to Nairametrics, last year over 40 billion US dollars came to Nigeria from your colleagues in diaspora. So, and then that same industry had about 60% of it. Now, reason why I am not being specific about the industry is that as a Nigerian, advertising to Nigerians in diaspora, unlike in Nigeria that we do not have some restrictions, you really have some good restrictions out there because real estate is regarded as special industry. So you cannot directly mention real estate and sell out there directly. So I use what we call the stumble block escape strategy when advertising real estate to Nigerians in diaspora. This is one of the things I teach some of the people in Marketing Lab Academy. All right. So yeah, part of the training we are having on the 15th of September at Lekki Phase 1 Admiralty Way. If you are yet to register, you've already lost the early bird discount. Then you should actually reach out to me immediately, like now, so you can get to register and have yourself in that training. Yeah, 15th of September, Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. All right, so let's go. The next one here is value proposition. So people just feel that advertising has to do with sales. All right. So people don't buy features, they buy more benefits. All right. What are the values of this property? Even when you're advertising, advertise value. Now educate them on the need of that particular location. Educate them on different available property options. All right. Let them know which property option is best to invest in. Don't just allow them to invest on anything. Let them know that because this is good, if they put their money here, in the next particular time, it will be increased by so percentage. All right. You are not just selling land and building. You have been already regarded as an investment advisor. So basically, stop selling the land, stop selling land, stop selling building, stop selling properties. All right. Start selling state of mind. These people have what they want to achieve. For instance, if you meet a middle-aged, not a middle, yeah, let's say a middle-aged man in his, now I think they said a middle age is about 40. Someone mistakenly said 35. I became scared when they said 35. Because at 70, you are regarded as an old man. So now they said middle age is 35. But then let's put it to 40. For example, you meet a 40-year-old man who has a 5 to 7-year-old daughter. And then you know that you have a property of 2.5 million. And then you know that if they buy this property of 2.5 million today, in about, let's say, the child will be 18. If it is 5 today, In about 13 years, it will be 18. And then at that point, the child is ready to get into the tertiary institutions. And most importantly, now, if you send a particular value proposition to their mind that, look, if you have a child of 5 years today, in the next 13 years, it will become an adult, 18. And then if you buy this property today for 2.5 million, 13 years from now, this property is likely going to be worth nothing less than 15 million naira. And then calculate it. How much does this your child need to get into a tertiary institution abroad, at least for a beginning? All right, so you do not need, let's say 13 years plus your age being 40 today, you are likely going to be most likely 53. All right, now if you become 53, you are gradually going into retirement. You do not need to struggle to bring your savings to send them abroad. With this property investment today of just 2.5 million, you have secured the future of your child studying abroad in about 13 years from now easily, without you having to put your hand into your savings. Does that make sense to you? Now let's activate this. We have different locations, and you may be wondering, how protected is the property that it can stay for 13 years without being trespassed? And then that's where you must have done your homework from the beginning. Now look at it. I took these one after the other based on their positions. All right, you do not jump one to the other. All right, so after you had educated them with the educational based strategy, telling them about the most important document to look out for, the locations and all that, then you come up to this particular stage. By the time you present that particular offer, you see that, yeah, you've already handled their fear there, and then you've already been seen as an expert who truly understands what he or she is doing. All right, so the next one is competition. Don't forget about this. When you are placing your offer, you must understand that out of the thousands of other real estate professionals existing, they are also targeting this particular person that you are targeting. So you must sound differently. Your campaign must be different. You must serve differently. All right. The market is very competitive presently. You cannot just go to Facebook ad manager and click and advertise anything. All right. Your ad must stand out. You must be able to strategically craft a very competitive, outstanding, and mind-blowing campaigns. All right. This is why your scripts, you must be able to know that you have spent time to understand what the market demands. Attend training, not just sales motivation training. Attend training from people who really understand sales implementation. And that is why Marketing Lab Academy should be one of your key academy that you must attend. In fact, have a budget to attend our training every 3 months. Yes, have a budget to attend it. All right, so let's go. Ad frequency. You know, like I told you now, competition is deep. All right, how many times do I see your ad? And how many times does the other person see? Now, when I get to see your ad too frequently, don't serve me only one creative. Don't serve me only one video. All right, so do what we call content rotation. All right, rotate your creative, rotate your videos. All right, your image creative and your video creative, make sure that they are changed. Now there is something called A and B testing. All right, be sure that you do A and B testing. You make sure that you split test, make sure that you carry out all these options, so that when you are retargeting, all right, I'm seeing something different. All right, your competitors are seeing something different. All right, your ad frequency is making sense. You are not just spending more money. All right, as you are spending more money, you are also serving the right content. All right, so the next thing is mobile optimization. 90% of people who are going to see your campaigns are going to see them on mobile. So be sure that you have your image in the right dimension. Be sure that your videos are also in the right dimension. As much as you have the content so long, be sure that it's been summarized into at least 60 seconds. All right. Let your video creative be summarized into at least 60 seconds and go straight to the point. All right. Capture the right attention. The first 5 seconds are more important than every other thing. So the first 5 seconds determines if they are going to stay to watch longer or not. Don't lose them. All right. Get to optimize your landing page to be sure that it is mobile friendly. Don't just send people there. All right. Be sure that you have checked all these and confirm that your campaign and then their redirection state is also mobile responsive. All right. Check your navigations, check your optimization. Be sure that everything is mobile responsive. Okay. Trust and credibility. You don't need to tell me who you are. You don't need to tell me who you are. So one of the things I have learned is that people will believe Google faster than your direct word. As such, you are to tell Google what to tell them when they ask. All right, don't wait. We have been in the industry for more than 20 years. No, they won't believe you. They want to hear it elsewhere. They want to hear it from a particular platform that it's not you. That is why most times you can lose your potential customers, potential clients to your competitor without actually knowing. The reason is simple. When they experience you on your campaign, maybe on Facebook or Instagram, the next thing they leave, depending on the estate you are promoting, they go to Google and search for that estate. For example, XYZ estate. And then they get to see different content about that estate. And guess what? No content relates to you. And then they get redirected to a content that has to do with YouTube. And then they found someone who explains A to Z about that property, the benefits, and then they did a lot of demonstration and all that. Eventually they fell for the person, and when they fell for that particular brand that promoted that, and you're like, but this person saw my ad. And most times you may even be talking, you might have established a conversation with a client and ended up meeting the client at their location or inspection site with another of your competitor. It's simple. Be intentional about building digital trust and credibility. It is not in what you say, it is in what they find. All right. Be sure that they find something that builds your credibility and trust. All right. Now, budget and bidding strategies. Now, look at this. The truth of the whole thing is that your budget will have a huge impact on your ad campaign's result. All right. Your bidding strategy as well. So when you are creating ad, it's not just a standalone thing that you press here, and then you move to the last stage and then you submit. No, you have to understand bidding strategy. You have to understand budgeting strategy. All right. What budget is good? How many people are equally using that same filtered audience that you are using? What are they using as their audience? The truth is that you cannot outshine someone using $2,000 per day when you are using $100 per day in your campaigns. It's not possible. All right. So your budget and bidding strategy matters a whole lot. Now, at this point, I told you beyond media buying. At this point, one of the things you need to know is that being able to capture the lead after you've created your campaign is good. But how active are you to respond to your audience? Between 0 to 20 minutes of contact. Now, attention span is very low. You must not lose them between this timeline. Between 0 to 20 minutes. Those are the time that their interest remains active. The moment they leave there, their mind wanders somewhere else. So you have to be able to capture them within those minutes and then engage them, talk to them, and convince them. All right. Once you have been able to capture them at that stage, you can segment them. What did they tell you? Did they say they will get back to you tomorrow? Segment them into a group where tomorrow you must not miss getting back to them. Did they say next week? Be sure that they are well segmented. Now, this is beyond media buying. All right. I've told you that in my book, Beyond Media Buying, I highlighted what to do before, during, and after campaigns. You should get my book, Beyond Media Buying. It's a physical copy. irrespective of your location, it can be delivered to you. Just send a message that you need the book. I can get it across to you when you pay for it. All right. So be sure that you are able to create a very strong strategy, follow-up strategy, and then be able to activate the right communication. Okay, so seasonal and economic factors. Of course, I told you earlier that economy has totally taken out 2 out of 5 categories of real estate buyers presently. All right. So now, who are the 3 categories of people who are seriously buying properties at the moment? You will discover that, we had the investors, that is, people who buy and flip. All right. And we also had the future projectors, people who were not bothered about the distance, the location of the property. They just know that as long as it is real estate, it appreciates, irrespective of the location. All right. Those two have been fully affected by the economy. People who were buying, the investors who were pulling out money from their business to buy property and keep for a period of time and then sell to recover. Now the economy has affected their business slightly, and then they are staying put to keep their money, to keep growing their business, and then these people cannot easily buy. So if you are targeting this particular category of people, you would talk from today till the end of the year, you will not make a single sale, because they have interest. They understand the benefit of having a property like you are advertising to them, but they cannot afford it. Once they are not able to make transfer, there is nothing you can do. All right. The successful sales is only when you hear transaction successful. And once you cannot achieve that, you've only wasted time, energy in the wrong audience. Now, who are the 3 categories that are presently buying properties? We have the likes of wealth preservers, who are actually not willing to keep their funds in the bank because of inflation. They are now converting it to easily liquidated assets so that they can leave a legacy for the generation next. All right. So these particular people have money, but they don't buy from just anybody. They buy from established and reputable company. You have to be able to project as one to be able to sell to them. All right. So we have another category being the Nigerians in diaspora. You already know exchange rate favors them, so there is no long talk about them. You already know. But the problem is that they will not buy from you when they cannot trust you. All right. And then they will not trust you because you tell them to trust you. They will trust you because they identify you on their own. They will trust you because there is something you did that sold them out. All right. Basically, you have to understand all this. And if you stay in these 14 days class that I am giving you on YouTube, trust me, there is no how you will not be able to understand what to do. And then when you attend implementation mastermind class on the 15th of September 2023 at Lekki Phase 1 Admiralty, where you understand that everything that we are outlining here can be easily implemented, and you will be able to take off your real estate sales and marketing in a very good way. All right. So seasonal and economic factors have a way. And then the last category, okay, is actually the Generation Z, the Gen Z. The Gen Z do not actually want to buy property, but even though you as a real estate professional know that they need it, these people do not want to buy property. The reason is that they buy what gives them emotional excitement. Are you able to activate that in them? Are you able to activate emotional excitement in them? These are the people who are carried away by this. So they buy state of mind. They don't buy, they don't want to buy property. And then would they go to a dry land and take pictures? No. Those do not give them the emotional excitement they are looking out for. All right. So these people buy because of emotional excitement. Basically, what you need to do is being able to sell property to them based on their emotional state. You need to be able to sell state of mind to them. So this is why you need to be able to strategically know the particular category that you are selling to, so that you don't communicate same way. All right. Now, these people can easily buy the latest iPhone today worth millions. Reason is that they are happy. When they hold it out, people see them as people that are balling. All right. Those are the state of mind that they carry. You have to be able to sell property in that same manner. All right, what you sell to them is not need, you sell want. How are you able to sell want to Generation Z? Stay up. In the remaining 14 days, it's part of the videos that you will watch on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and turn on the notification bell on my channel. All right, so to improve your Facebook and Instagram ad conversion for real estate, carefully analyze each of these factors that I just highlighted to you now. You know, none of this is a standalone. They actually are what measure and give you the results you really need. If you ignore one, you will lose all. All right? Don't ignore any of them. And don't forget, subscribe, like, share, and turn on the notification bell on this channel. My name is Timothyaniette, and I will see you in our next video tomorrow.